All right, what's up, y'all? It's been a while, but I've been just being patient with the markets, pretty much because I saw, you know, I understood what was happening. Oh, my face is in the way. Hold on, let's see. Dum 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 dum. Okay, so with the dollar, right? Since this bullish engulfing, I had been convinced that, the dollar wanted to go up, but at the time, I didn't really understand that. Even though it's an engulfing candle in all the right places, because the overall flow was bearish and it broke this level right here to the left, it was going to take a chart pattern to move the whole thing around, like every time it moved in that fashion. So we have our chart pattern. The February candle just closed. I do anticipate this candle in March to at least come to right here, right? Um, but I also believe that this is gonna be the candle that 1 month and 20 days and 2 months. So let's just, I don't know. It could continue bullish, but that's not my concern. Like I'm just looking at what happened and where's the next target. So currently, what I called in the chat was NU cells, right? One of a few. So basically, last few weeks, I've just been kind of realizing how to trade most efficiently, right? I don't want to be trading every day. I don't want to be trading every week, not unless it's something that can give me thousands of pips and I don't have to worry about it for a while. And I realized the most efficient way to do this, and this is not for everybody, is to simply wait for a monthly candle close in that direction, and the context has to line up. Like it also has to be on monthly resistance, you know what I mean? So you look to the left and you see that this level has been respected time and time again. Um, so we come into today and we see we have this big drop, and I wasn't in it because there was no pullback yet. So let's say something. Let's do this blue. All right, so what I'm expecting, if price can manage to form some type of support right here, I think that we can look for, you know what, honestly, this. I think we can look forward to some pullback. I don't know what time. Because trading like this is new to me, I realize that there's not really daily pullbacks in that same month or the following one like I have been trading. Um, But I realize a lot of the movement happens on the 4 hour because the movements are so quick, right? Somebody could have entered here because of a bearish 4 hour candle or this engulfing and then traded there. But I do believe that price is going to continue to give some more opportunities to get in, hopefully, because my target for this trade would be down here, right? So, and it is on a little level of support on the monthly time frame, but again, overall the flow is bearish and we're also respecting its own trend line. So I'm anticipating bears for the next few months probably, or next month, but I'm just waiting for a pullback. I'll be waiting for whether it happens on the daily, like if the daily creates a level of resistance and it breaks it to continue bullish, I'm pulling my fibs out to be this big. I think it's that big anyway. So yeah, we're just waiting for, I have my alert set all up here. Don't know how long it's gonna take, and this way of trading is kind of new to me. But UCAD buys could be something really nice. I was having conflict because I was like, okay, to me, the flow is bearish though, because we have a level of support, but then these two candles break it. So I was like, is it really bullish or is it bearish? Because I do want to go with the flow. And I mean, I look to the left on 2 months because I go up one time frame. If I'm confused, I want to get full context. I see that this is a strong level of support regardless. So I decided to say, okay, even if the monthly candle doesn't break, you know, higher and higher, I just, if it could even come here, because I'm looking to the left, I feel like that'd be really solid. Even if it didn't even come that far and just did some type of bullish move, I think, that could be a significant amount of pips. So that's that on that. But we have this. We're battling this a little support to the right. We just tapped into this. So I expect it to probably pull down here. And then, if I have to wait for a weekly close, I will. But usually I'll just be waiting for the daily candle close down here. And then we can see if it's worth taking, something like this. But I want it to come into this weekly liquidity pool because I know at least there's some buyers here. NZDCAD. I don't know, man. I just hope that's gonna pull back. I'm not used to price moving so fast because I've never in my life waited for a monthly candle to close before I engage, you know? And even if I feel like this is such a valuable lesson because even if you wanted to scalp or you wanted to intraday trade, there's so many options of things to trade from. It would behoove you to say, okay, what just made monthly resistance or what just made monthly support? Because I realized that's when the moves are the freshest and the fastest and have the most momentum. And why would you not want to play with momentum on your side? Like you could technically still be a scalper or intraday trader, just you're using the higher time frames to make sure that when you get into these tiny moves or tiny stop losses, your profits are massive. So I'm not a scalper, but I will wait for my pullback. Like, it is just fine. So again, gonna try to wait for a pullback on this. It's all the way down here, so I think in the next week it probably will find support and pull back a little bit. But for me to get in, I do want to see something like that. Like I'm not gonna take an ugly pullback. EURCAD. Okay, now this is also something I didn't put it in the group chat because I re-looked at this pair like after the fact and I didn't even notice. But if you see how the last candle that closed was not only a bearish candle, but was also technically a lower high on the monthly time frame. Now, the stuff that we've learned, how to read price action, we do it on the 15 minute, we do it on the 5 minute, we do it on the 1 minute. But what if you applied that same stuff to the monthly and then went on the smaller time frames? And then went ahead and executed based off of whatever your strategy is. Yes, that's the definition of top-down analysis, huh? Because when I started trading like this, it literally felt like I was trading backwards, but it's so much more efficient. I don't see any pullbacks happening right now. It could be, you could probably get in on like a 4 hour kind of trend line break, but there's nothing right now. So price is just spilling. It's still just Tuesday. It's the second trading day of the month. So who knows? Who knows what could happen with this? And for GU, I do expect maybe we could trade down all the way to here. Even on the 2 month, it looks wild. I think it could at least come here, but at the same time, it is still technically bullish, right? So this one's a little bit riskier because the flow has been bullish this whole time. So if for some reason price can't break down below here and it gives me a bullish monthly candle close, then I'm gonna start looking for buys. But for right now, I just want to see if we can pull up somewhere here, some type of pullback. It probably won't be no move until like Friday. I could see that happening or Monday, Sunday. So we'll see. But that's all the stuff I'm looking at. There's other things, but I put them to the wayside because I didn't feel like they were as high of a probability. But again, I'm waiting for the monthly stuff now, so I could be wrong because I don't know how price acts. Like I'm not used to that. But I did see your NZD. The only reason I took it off my watch list was because this right here is a clear double top to me. Right. It's a clear double top. So with all of that and with all the volume we had of this candle, I'm all like, we have a doji that's not even bullish. I see that it's weak, but it's not even bullish. And it's not like I have a strong monthly level of resistance to the left. Like it's not strong. It's just kind of there, but it's not strong. And when I go to the 2 month, I don't really like how the 2 month is such a strong engulfing actually technically 4 monthly candles. So I'm good with that. And then also EG, I thought could be some really nice buys, but then looking directly to the left, I'm like, bro, the amount of times that we have died here, died. Like, also though, I go to the 2 month and I'm like, but that is still a level of support. It's a level of support. It's price made a level of support, but in the overall context, it is not a high probability because it is at a level of resistance. I look immediately to the left and I can't take that risk. I cannot take that risk. So, but with that being said, if for some reason a double bottom on the on the weekly happens here, then that could possibly change the narrative to continue back bullish, but I'm not going to be taking this trade. And that's why I took it off my watch list. But yeah, that's all I have to say about these trades. All right. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be looking at. Happy trading, y'all.